I like to do these taped off exercises where you get a big sheet, divide it up with low tack tape, and then paint the whole thing. And then it creates these really interesting little mini compositions that you can take away to work on bigger pieces. But I never quite know what to do with them. I don't really want to sort of use up a whole sketchbook just to stick them in sort of page by page. So I thought I would have a play with working out a way to do them into a little book. So I'm not sure whether this is going to work or not, but we will soon find out. So first thing I need to check is whether I've got an even number. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have. Right, that's really handy. So what I thought I would do is stick them back to back and then bind them together as a book. So I thought by the time it's got sort of stuck together, it'll give it enough weight, because this is just cartridge paper. I thought that would give it enough weight without having to waste sort of extra material. So I've got to decide what I want with what. So I'd quite like those facing each other. I think that's the way I'm going to do this. Let's spread them all out and have a little look for good pairs. So I'm quite liking those two together. And those. That one and that one together. I'm not going to get too precious over this because say these are just plain pieces. Yep, that colour works well together, and then those two and those two. Now what I wasn't sure about is what to do about the size, so I think what I might do is I might just stick them together and get them as central as I can, and then trim down afterwards if I feel I need it. So the first thing is, obviously I'm going to need something to go on the front, but I can do that afterwards, so we won't worry about that at the moment, because I've got ones from other series and I've got them sort of all in different folders and things, so that's something always I can come back to. So I think what I'm going to do is just start to stick. So that one's going to be page number 1. Oh, so let's pull up a chair, and I think I will just start sticking and see where we go. So I'm just using a really cheap PVA glue, which I discovered nestling in the back of my cupboard. I'm not sure, it's years old, I'm not sure whether it's any good or not, but as I need quite a lot of glue, I thought that would do me a treat. So I'm going to use my non-stick mat so that my table covering doesn't get covered in glue. Here we go. And I'm using a silicone brush to apply because I thought it'd be nice and easy to clean afterwards. Which way up? We want that one. Right, so I have I've trimmed down all my pages because of the way I don't precisely measure where I put my tape on my pieces. so they end up slightly different sizes. So actually the ones at the back are a little bit smaller, but that's fine. And we've got our card on the back, which I can decorate later. So I've just basically given them a little trim and tidy up. And then it was trying to work out how to do the hinges. So what I'm going to try and do, don't know whether this will work or not, but there's only one way to try, is I've just cut some, it's just copy paper, just cut them into little strips and folded down the middle. And what I was thinking was, if I just stick that there, and then on the other side, it might end up being too fiddly, but we shall see. Only one way to try. So how am I best going to apply this glue? Sort of dab it in. We shall see. Any excess? No, it's putting on way too much glue. No, that's fine. I did a spare, just in case. I wonder whether I'm better off putting it actually on this bit. Might be better off putting it on this bit, I think. Let's try that. There we go, that's better. So I just want to put a little bit along the edge. Might be a glue stick, might be better for this actually. Or a bit of double-sided tape. Make sure that's lined up ish. I can trim the ends off afterwards. Yeah, I think that'll work. Right. Okay, I'm going to change my glue to use a stronger PVA, which is a little bit of a quicker bond and a bit more controllable. Right, so that side. So I left my book to dry underneath a whole stack of sketchbooks, and I've trimmed the end of the hinges. Obviously I need to come back and decorate the cover at some point, but this is how it turned out. So I'm really pleased with the fact that I can get that sort of double spread. Yeah, it's a nice way just to keep all of these together. I've got room for notes around the edges if I want to add some little bits and bobs. And what I might do in future ones is actually do some little fold out little pockets, little flaps that I can then make notes on. But I'm really pleased with this idea. I'll definitely do some more of these. because when I do these pieces, you know, I want to be able to go back and sort of work out what marks I like, and you know, elements that I want to incorporate into larger pieces. I don't want them just to be sat in a box, and I think, yeah, this is a nice way to do it, so pleased with that.